and when and if he leaves Milwaukee. We don't know yet, but Mark Stein is reporting that the Celtics have emerged from the weekend with a real shot to win this little race with a Jaylen Brown-centric offer. This is making my brain hurt. But Brian Windhorst said Celtics are going all in on a trade for Giannis by officially offering Jaylen Brown for the first time. This is actually happening. All right, Chandler, I'm going to start with you. If this were to happen, does this make them the favorites in the East?
Oh, didn't see that question.
Okay, well, you can answer it differently.
I mean, yeah, they're going to be up there. I think regardless whether they stay put and they bring back this core of Brown, Tatum, and White, they're going to have a real shot. They're going to have a great team. They're going to be well coached. But when you add a Giannis, we're talking about a different level of player. We're talking about a top 5 player when healthy. And yeah, he's been banged up. Yeah, he's missed some times. Yeah, he's 31 years old, but he is still an elite player. He still showed signs of elite athleticism. And it just feels like Jaylen Brown's kind of time there has run out, to be honest with you, which is crazy to me because he just had such a great year. This is one of his best years. He just said his favorite year, you know, all NBA type season, and now I feel like it's just kind of gotten stale from everything
because of the Twitch.
Just because of kind of everything's revolved around him, which is crazy because the dude's all top 10 player in the NBA, but the way they play offense, the way they play fast, they shoot more threes than anybody. This could work if they keep Derek White, if they keep guys like Sam Hauser and Pritchard and surround him with shooting and spacing. Yeah, I think Giannis is still unbelievable and can still have a great year. Now, to give up a guy a little bit younger than him in his prime than Jaylen Brown's a little worrisome, but like I said, everything kind of revolved around Jaylen Brown and the Celtics. Just feels to me like it's coming to an end. I think this is a great plan for both, and I think Milwaukee gets a younger star that they can build around or package to a third team. So I think it works both ways, honestly.
Feels a little weird to me, Boogie. A little bit weird.
It's a little weird to me, and the reason I say that is when you think about the roster build out of the Celtics right now, they have more of a championship window with Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum moving forward. So you look at them, now offering a younger asset in Jaylen Brown for Giannis. It kind of shortens up their championship window. Like we said, like Chandler said, Giannis is about to be 31 years old coming up. So obviously, his prime is coming to a close. So when you think about it from that standpoint, it doesn't quite make sense when, with the way they're built now, they're still a championship contending team. So obviously, Giannis is an extreme talent. He's going to make any team he joins better. But as far as that part and figuring out how long of a championship window the Celtics are looking for, I don't quite understand, why they would go all in as far as, a guy that's, coming to a close as far as his peak in the NBA.
Yeah. Jaylen Brown's only 2 years younger, to be honest.
I know, but Lou, let me ask you this.
Feels way younger, though.
Does this feel like there's some sort of end of the road because Jaylen Brown's been vocal, or is there more to this? Am I not getting this?
Yeah, if they've made an official offer and put him on a trade-in block and put him in deals, that tells you that the shot clock is on and that time is running. It looks like, this chapter of, the Boston Celtics and Jaylen Brown has come to an end if these things are official. And if you're the Boston Celtics, you got to make a big splash. If you're gonna shop a guy like Jaylen Brown, you better come back home with something of equal value or more value, depending on how you look at it and how you assess this. Now, how does he fit on a team? For the original question that you asked, Chandler, are they the favorites to come out of the East? I can't say they are because of how everybody is playing in the East, and also we got to see a full season of Jason Tatum. We got to see if Giannis is actually healthy, and if both of those guys are healthy enough to put a legitimate run together with the style of play. I'm not sure what's there. Boston is a 3-point shooting team that make no bones about that. How does Giannis give him a different look? How does he balance that attack out? Who knows? It's so many questions to be answered for me to even consider them being at the top of the Eastern Conference just based on this trade. But, like you said, as far as Jaylen Brown is concerned, if they are offering him and putting him in these deals, it looked like that time has come to a close, especially if I'm him and he's just out traveling the world, boxing and dancing and twitching and streaming and racing and doing everything that he wants to do under the sun. He could care less about what's going on right now. I feel like whatever uniform Jaylen Brown puts on, he's going to put his best foot forward and he's going to give a team maximum effort. So let's see what happens.
But I don't know Jaylen Brown at all, but I can tell you now, just by being put into this trade and it being public that we are willing to give you up for Giannis Giannis, right now, as good as we are, as good as we won a championship together, that doesn't matter. We are willing to package you for Giannis, and if it doesn't work out, I can tell you right now, he's not going to be stoked to go back to that franchise and that locker room. So this is a dicey move for the Celtics if they don't find something and if they don't get this done. You might see the most disgruntled Jaylen Brown you've ever seen before.
I think that might be a good thing,
real, yeah.
actually, if he comes back most.
Because now it's official. Now it's we would rather Giannis than you, and so you better get it done.
I love that. Because I can't help but think it's because he ruffled some feathers just by saying what he said out loud, which, again, I don't think was that big a deal, but here we are. This is going to
It doesn't look like he cares, though, does it? It doesn't look like he cares.
Well, why
like
would he care? He's got
living
$300
his
million
life
in the bank. Like, do whatever you're going to do.
Yeah, and I also just seen something where he's out working on his balance. He's out trying different things to strengthen his game and get better. So whether that's for the Boston Celtics or whomever else, he's going to come back in this season prepared and still in the mindset of trying to prove all doubters wrong and trying to be the best player he can be.
Yeah, and he's also coming off his best season. He's also coming off a career year. So, like, if I'm him, though, I don't want to get shipped to Milwaukee on a rebuilding team. I'd rather be on the Celtics and be on a relevant team that has a chance to actually compete and win a championship. Because he's 29 years old. It's not like he's a spring chicken either. So
it's a high-pressure stitch.
Would the move be him to Milwaukee, or would it be to another destination?
Like another
I think
team.
there's both options.
Yeah, I think both. But they're making it seem as though this one,
But this
one
is
for
the
one,
centerpiece.
From everything I've seen, there's been
Yeah.
multiple teams involved.
Yeah.
So,
Atlanta could get involved with bringing him in a third team.
I saw the Clippers.
It could be. I mean, listen, a lot of teams would want Jaylen Brown.
Did Boogie just do a Segui? Did you just segue us into our next one? Oh, my goodness.
did I?
Look at that. That just happened. Yeah, that's right.
Speaking of the Clippers.
Speaking of the Clippers, Ted McMahon reporting that Kawhi Leonard is going to have to take a significant pay cut if he wants an extension with the Clippers in the offseason. Again, a guy who doesn't look like he cares right now. Who is he?
Why would he? He's got 30 on the back end
He's
from the.
just chilling. He's just planting trees. Leave the man alone.
He's got 30 on the outside deal. He doesn't care.
There are rumors that he could go to the Warriors. There are also rumors that he could be the Heat's plan B if somehow they don't end up with Giannis. If they don't give him a max extension, Lou, I will start with you. Do you think he asks to be traded out of L.A.?
Yeah, well, I ain't taking no pay cuts. I'll tell you that right now. He ain't taking less. NBA champion. He's seen it all. He's done it all. He feels accomplished. He's done everything he can do besides win another championship. But he's already done it. So when it comes down to situations of money and you haven't won a championship for an organization, I have a hard time seeing him saying, I'm willing to take less so you guys can go make other moves, especially with, the climate and seeing how everybody is moving around and people are trying to find their way to what their next situation is going to be and what's going to be the best opportunity for me. So for themselves. And so I'm curious to see what Kawhi's decision is. I'm only speaking my opinion. I don't think he's going to take a pay cut to stay there. If there's a way that they can figure out the money part, I think he's happy with the Clippers. But if it comes down to money and taking less for somebody else, I don't see it happening.
And I can agree with that. I mean, when you look at the roster build of the Clippers, I mean, why would Kawhi take a pay cut? This isn't a team
like
that's
close.
Yeah, it's not like they're competing for a championship in the next year. It's not. They're not even close. I don't even think they have a direction right now, and that's no knock to them. It's just, the nature of where they are as an organization and team. But, just based off that alone, I wouldn't understand why Kawhi would take a pay cut. We don't really have a plan right now. We're not one of the top teams in the West. So, and technically, I haven't even heard rumors of them, necessarily trying to bring in another star. So when you think about it like that, I mean, why would he take it?
Because when a team,
you just hit it. The one something that's flying under the radar. Check out JB. That's one that's on the radar.
Now, if that happens, that's a reason to consider taking a pay cut. But like I said, that's smoke and mirrors as of right now. Until that happens, that's something to consider. But based off the makeup right now, it makes total sense as to why he wouldn't take a pay cut.
Yeah, I think at this point of his career, too, he's 34 years old. He's also coming off a fantastic year where he's gone through a bunch of injuries, more so than most players in the NBA, and still is playing at an elite level, but he's also made a lot of money. So would it make sense for Boston to do that, a competitive team to actually compete for a championship? Maybe, but I'm with Boogie. There's no reason this dude should take a pay cut to go back to the Clippers. And even the other options, whether it's, the Warriors or the Heat, realistically, those aren't championship rosters right now. Now, a lot can happen in the draft and free agency, but those 3 teams that I keep hearing his name surrounding don't really deserve a pay cut, in my opinion.
What comes first? The player takes the pay cut or the team gives the plan? Like, if you were to say, hey, Kawhi, if you could take this little bit of a pay cut, here's what we're going to do. Is that just a plan?
Like, if like
wait?
a San Antonio were
go.
like talking to him, then there's possibly a situation where, hey, you can opt out and take a pay cut. No, I'm just saying that would be a situation where if I'm Kawhi, I'd
because you know it's built in.
I'd consider it. It's comfortable. It's built in. I know what I'm going to get. I know I'm going to be on a really, really good team like the next rest of my career. Like if it was something like that, sure. But if we're talking the Clippers and this coming season,
pipe dreams.
No chance I'm taking a pay cut.
Yeah, by the way, he's got a year left at 50. Yeah. Please tell me everybody saw him over the weekend at the Fashion.
Chatty. What was he on, Lou?